Hello everyone, welcome back to this quick guide on how to use my new timing method. It is quite important, as you'll see. What I have done is made this chart here so that it'll be easier to refer to later down the line when you are doing your runs. So say among this list of runs that I decide to pick one. So if I want to do check this run, because it says it's first place and that's pretty significant, I want to go and check this to see if it's viable to be, so what I'll do is I'll compare, I'll have a time, there's a time down here of submitted time by the user. This looks like a valid time, but as you'll see later, the way that Teska here probably did it is by just taking the numbers of the results at the end of each screen and simply just adding them up, which you will see once you see how I do it properly, the times will be slightly different. Alright, so I can quickly watch through this video and I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, so if we take a note of his time right here, you see, nice, he got a personal best. It's very important to refer to this chart here to see what he got. So what's important is the last place digit on the timer. If it says a 6, then we can refer to this timer to see here, 6 here, it'll be a 7. So let's say I pull up a calculator to calculate the final time. He got a time of 59.36. So you put that in, 59.36, and when we refer to this chart here, excuse me, 36, we see that if we look at the 6 down here, it ends with a 7, which is very important. So then we want to go back and look at this run and continue with our calculations. Okay, so we look at his time, 45.61. That is a valid time. 45.61, and if we refer to this chart here, we'd see that 0.01 means that there's a 7 on the end, so we want to put an extra 7 in the calculation and continue. Okay, again we look at his time. That 1 minute means 60 seconds, so it'll be 67.13. 67.13, and because there's a 3 in the final place, it means we put another 3 down and continue. Okay, so here we have 55.39, as you will see in 1 second. If I put this into the thing, we look at our chart here. So for the next few seconds, I tried explaining what on earth the thing was. So what I was trying to explain here was the fact that if you get a 4 or a 9 in the final position of the timer, basically what that means is that you need to round it up to the next digit. So in that case, if it's for a 9, then it'll roll over to the next one. So in this case, you saw that we got a 3, 9 in the timer, which means it will then be 40. But if say you got a say a 14, for example, which is one I got some time ago now, which is how I discovered it. Basically, you need to make it, instead of a 14, because that's invalid, you make it a 15. So I hope that clarifies some things. Now that I know, now that I know for certainty that he is indeed running this version, because it doesn't do that rounding up thing. So yeah, 55, 39. So supposedly it's going to be 40 because it's an old version of the game. It has a really hard time. Well, actually, I say that it doesn't round up the numbers that it should do. And so what we're going to do for this calculation is that when we refer to our sheet here, we see the closest thing it can get to is either a 38, which it clearly isn't, because it doesn't say a 38, or it would be the next one up, it would be a 40 or 400. And because this game has can't round up for whatever reason, what we're going to do here is we're simply just going to round up to 40, and we will leave it at that. All right, let's continue. Just so you know, I like to have the video sped up just for personal reasons. I mean, some of these runs feel like they're going really slow, and I can't sit here for 13 minutes watching this video, and so I speed it up a little bit just so that I can get through it a bit quicker. And so when I know for definite that he's not cheating in any way, you know, I can verify his run faster, basically. Okay, so here 53.96, that is a valid thing. Let's put that in 53.96, and because there's a 6 in the final position, we know we can scroll down even. I've put the thing all the way down here at the bottom. 96 is 967, so in this one we want to put 7 down and continue. Okay, here 4603, that's valid. 6.03, and because there's a 3 in the final position, as we have talked through before, it's going to be another 3, and we continue. Okay, we're coming up on the final time now. That's 2 and 6, 8, 82, 82.35, which is valid. 82.35. So earlier we saw like a 39 or something. It's where it failed to round it all up properly, which is very strange. In this case, it would just be a 0, but I doubt that would affect final score. We see, whew, I mean, it. I mean, did you see that this would be what is it? 11 minutes and 1 second. This time was 4 seconds off because he was literally just adding the times as they were. But if we want to put this into our calculation at the end, what we want to do is we can basically just round this up to a 5 because that's basically the same thing. Here, Control C, And let's say I go to my Copilot by Microsoft Bing, because I just like to use that. I just literally say what is this, but it's actually 5, and then point, sorry no, seconds in minutes and seconds, and it'll give me a straightforward answer. Convert it into seconds, and it'll basically just do that calculation very quickly. There you go. Printed it all out. Here it says, yeah, 11 minutes and 1 second. Yep, so very important that we take all these values correctly, so that we don't get messed over. Otherwise, you'll get a time like let's go to where it says 10:56. Whilst if you actually count up all the frames, then you actually get a bit longer, as you can see, 11 minutes and 1 second, and 25, because it said 49, which is basically just a bunch of 9s on the end. So yeah, look, they did it correctly. You see the bunch of 3s on the end. 11 minutes and minutes, which means that many 60 seconds to a minute is that many seconds. Yeah, so we can now go to this, and if I'm a verifier, I can go in and edit the run just so I can change the time to 11 minutes, 1 second, and 50 milliseconds. It's really, really close. Like it's not a problem at all. Just so that they know, I like to put a mod note in, just to say, and put it in italics as well. Time has been changed to better reflect the frame internal frame rate of the game. And then once I've done that, press update, and then I can go up here and verify it right there. Of course, I'm going to have to tell them afterwards that the time's slightly different, which is not a problem at all. I mean, it literally didn't change their rank in the slightest, because no one is close to that. But it was different enough where it changed by 5 seconds, which is quite significant if you don't do it, don't do the calculations correctly. So I hope this video is useful, and I'll see you in another video.